Hear that CD quality music and Sonic CD on the Sega CD. Wow, compact discs. They're the way of the future. At least they were in 1993. The titles and fly-in graphics for this game look like an episode of In Living Color. Wayans Brothers, Jim Carrey, Fly Girls, oh yeah. Yeah, the music may sound more realistic and possibly sharper than the cartridge games. That doesn't mean it's any better, though. However, there's no question that Sonic CD, the game, is a kick-ass, old-school-style Sonic the Hedgehog game. I don't care for the opening tunes, but this music is downright awesome. And no, I'm not being sarcastic, this is really good. And since we're now in the past, there's some intentional distortion in the music, which is cool. The Sega CD may be known to many of us as that Sega Genesis add-on with some quirky games like Ground Zero and Sewer Shark. But in addition to some quirky titles, the Sega CD library also has some really good titles like Sylphied, Robo Aleste, and Sonic CD. If you have to choose between the 32X add-on and the Sega CD, normally I would lean towards the 32X, which I think has a better library, but Sonic CD may be the one to tilt the scales in favor of the compact disc add-on. Now, for the most part, Sonic CD is very similar to the original Sonic the Hedgehog on Sega Genesis. What we're looking at here is the special stage where you're knocking these UFOs out of the sky in a pseudo 3D styled environment in an attempt to collect time stones, kind of like the Chaos Emeralds in the first one. Whoa, what just happened? Sonic evaporated. No, not quite, he just went to the future stage of this level. That's right, you can move backwards and forwards in time like a DeLorean doing circles in a parking lot. Now, admittedly, like most side-scrollers, I'm not very good at this game, and unlike the first one, I did not have this as a kid. I played through the original Sonic the Hedgehog when it was new. This one I've picked up more recently. And while I don't know this game as well, I find it just as much fun and just as well made as the original, but even larger. The levels are enormous and totally lend themselves to repeat gameplay and exploration. The storyline is pretty crazy. Dr. Robotnik commands Metal Sonic to kidnap Sonic's girlfriend, who then defies space and time, transporting her to the Mushroom Kingdom, where she is then wed to Luigi in an arranged marriage. This outrages Sonic, who must collect all of the time stones, smash Luigi, and bring order back to the universe. That's not really the story, but damn, it should have been. No, my rings! Like the first one, you always want to have at least one ring so you don't die. And seriously, think about it, Luigi's gotta have a dark side. Like, his brother can't be that famous without driving him secretly mad. Now, opinions vary on this game. Some people think it's the best Sonic the Hedgehog, others don't care for it. You know, I think it's very similar to the first one. Being that it's on the Sega CD does give it a slightly different style. It's almost artificially smoother than the original. I think you have to play it to see what I mean. I like the level design a lot, and also enjoy the fact that you can go forwards and backwards in time, which gives some additional variation to the gameplay. Because some things change in the future or the past, as we all know. Some of the boss battles are quite interesting, including this one, which is like the precursor to Sonic Spinball. And that game is on Sonic's Ultimate Collection. What's surprising is that this one is not. Which makes it slightly more difficult to find. Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, and 3, those can be found so easily. You can also find them on the Genesis Collection for PS2, but Sonic CD is not one that you'll just find laying around. You can easily find it on eBay. You'll have to pay a couple bucks for it, not that much, but you also do need the Sega CD add-on to play the game, which increases the cost. Is it worth it? Well, I think so for fans of the original old-school Sonic games. It's a terrific 2D platformer prior to when they were trying to move everything into 3D, so it retains the smooth 2D style gameplay. It's a massive game, it'll keep you busy for a while, and it does pack some unique charm that's missing from the newer games. That, and you can't let Luigi get away with kidnapping and extortion. Maybe that's why it never made it onto Sonic's Ultimate Collection. Rights issues. Fans of Sonic, check it out. It's Sonic CD, and the Sega CD add-on does have numerous games which are worth playing, like Android Assault. And as far as I'm concerned, you can't go wrong with Sonic CD either. Oh, and by the way, when you lose a game, you can come back later and continue. I'm not sure how it does it. Maybe it's magic. Ideal for practicing levels without having to play through the whole game again. I know they've got a lot of other Sonic games coming out these days, but I'm waiting for the big sequel. Sonic Blu-ray with the Sega Genesis Blu-ray add-on, Take the War to the Mushroom Kingdom.